Hi everyone, I think you are good. I hope you are good, I meant to say. And you keep on sanitizing, keep social distance, and be safe, just be safe. As you know, my name is Chabalala Kismat and I'm a facilitator. So before we can begin, let me just make a quick announcement. With the extension of level 4 lockdown and our commitment to protecting the health and the safety of you and myself, we had to make some adjustments as we continue through the rest of our last month of POE. You should know that this, we move classes to continue be fully online until the president he choose the lockdown level. We hope that on the 11th of July, we'll get the good news. But for now, classes will continue to be fully online. Secondly, I have changed some assessment due dates and removed some assessments to keep the cost manageable for all of you. And I recommend that you begin studying, investing more time on your unit standards. We covered and the one that we're still going to cover. Please, engineers, make sure you study because now it's difficult. I know it's difficult to study, but invest more time in studying. And remember, engineers, it is important for you to study and ask questions. Ask, ask, ask questions. There's no stupid question. Then more updates will be engaged after the 11th of July, after the president has spoken. Without wasting any time, let's move to a quick reminder. I hope you have your pen and paper ready and you are in a silent room to avoid distraction. And if you have questions, drop them on the comment section below. Then I will attend to those questions on our next session. As you know, we have 2 sessions per day, where I'll be covering session 1 at 10:30 a.m. and I'll be sharing another video latest at from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And please make sure you have all the format sheets that are given. As I made a promise that I'll keep our videos short and simple so that you understand and avoid a more usage of data. Today's session in unit standard will be focusing on unit standard 258990, where we'll be talking about install or replace electrical metering units or measuring instruments. By now, I believe that engineers that you fully understand about fundamental of electricity. You know what we talk about when we talk about electricity, and you know what we talk about. You know what is electricity, how electricity circulates. When we talk about electrons and atoms, I know by now, I believe that you know them. So without wasting any time, engineers, let us move. Let us move. The outcome of this unit standard, the person credited with this unit standard will understand and be capable of the following knowledge, skills, attitude, or equivalent. Knowledge of electrical safety, standard work site or safe work procedures, use of basic hand tools. On our first session 1, we'll be focusing more on the hand tools because remember on our last physical classes that we had, I have noticed that you are not familiar with the tools that we use. But now, as electricians and engineers, I believe that you will be understanding and you will familiarize yourself with the tools that we use on electrical engineering. Without wasting any time, let's go ahead, have your pen and paper, and please listen and focus. So it says for electrical work, an electrician must be equipped with the right and proper equipment. Lately, a lot of advanced improvements have been made in regards to the various types of tools that are available. While tool option includes some that prove very useful and other that prove to be on a minor use, some regular tools are required in most electrical events. Engineers, we did emphasize this to you that before you can work as an electrician, you need to know your tools by heart. You need to know how to select your tools. And you need to know the specific use of the tools that you are using. So electricians' tools needed hand tools. To work effectively, an electrician needs to possess a number of basic tools. Thanks to the advance in technology, you know now technology has taken over. So some of the things that we used before, now there are more portable tools that we have in stores so that we can use. Today's basics are better than older models and provide more comfortable and safety than their preceders. They are inclusive of screwdrivers, nut drivers. These come in a different shapes and size. They work with a different types of fasteners, and applicators. Sorry for that. You know, some words are hard to pronounce. So, engineers, as we spoke last time on our lessons, when we had physical classes, like I said, I have seen that some of you are not familiar with electrical hand tools. And some of you, I do understand because you're a woman, you're not used to use electrical tools. Your main focus was on the kitchen only. But now you are on the industry of electricity, so you need to know them. It's a must, you need to know them. Without wasting any time, let's move. Let's move. As you see on the pictures there are many tools. These are the basic tools that you need as an electrician. Today we'll cover some of them, others we won't be able to cover so that we keep the promise that I've made, that I'll make the video to be short. And others, please use your own time, engineers. Study, 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 study. So we'll cover some basic tools here on this session, then others do your own research and study. That's what needed for you in order for you to understand and to know your tools as an electrician or an engineer. Hand tool number one is measuring devices. If we take time to observe electricians, we will notice that most of them walk around with their tail devices attached to their belt. Most electrical work requires a measurement. Engineers, I don't know you are familiar with this one. Like in your house, if you have a problem with your fuse box, electricity, the cables are cut off, or we have any sort of problem regarding electricity. You know, when you call a qualified electrician or an engineer, most of the time you'll be shocked that, why this person has has tape devices attached to their belt. As we observe electricians, that is the first basic tool that we need, which are measuring devices. We need measuring devices for electrical work. Topic number two, we're gonna talk about hand tool number two that we're gonna talk about are pliers. This we know is used to hold object firmly when cutting, bending, and giving physical compression. Engineers, I know some of you, when you are connecting wires, some of you most of the time use scissors. Back then, but now as an engineer or electrician, you must familiarize yourself with the tools. You must know your tools. You don't use scissors anymore. That's why we have pliers to help us to cutting and bending or giving a physical compression to the wires. So engineers, we don't use scissors. We don't use scissors. Scissors are wrong. We are using these pliers to cut or bending or giving a physical compression. These are the several different types of pliers which are made for different purposes. You need to know each plier, the use of each plier. What is the purpose of this plier and this one and this one? You need to know them. The one mainly used are side cutting pliers and the long nose or needle nose pliers. When you talk about a long nose pliers, we are talking about this one. And when we talk about side cutting pliers, we are talking about this one. Then we are talking about the needle nose pliers. We are talking about this one. So engineers, if you go and buy your tools, you need to know your pliers by heart. You need to familiarize yourself with these pliers because it is important as you are an electrician, so you know your hand tools. Wire strippers. Wire strippers, they are used to strip the insulation. I hope you know the insulator or insulation by now. I hope you know them because on our last session, we did talk about conductors and the insulation. And we did talk about it. I hope you still remember. Please, if you don't remember, go and do your recap to remind yourself about what we have studied about because you need to know what insulation is. They are used to strip the insulation from electrical wires. I know most of you, when you strip the insulation, most of you are using your teeth. No. This is from engineers. We don't use our teeth anymore. We use wire stripper to strip the insulation from electric wires. And they are suitable made to provide a comfortable to hand when being used. They are suitable made to provide a comfortable to the hands when being used. They are better than using your teeth, engineers, believe me. Yes, so moving forward, we have fish tapes and poles, which are fish poles. I know when I talk about fish tape, we are thinking about the one that we use for fishing, no engineers. Now we are talking about the fish tape that are used in electrical engineering. And you as an engineer, you need to familiarize yourself with the fish tape. Fish tapes are used to install new electrical wire. When you talk about the fish tape, we are talking about this. I don't know you are familiar with this one or you have seen it before, especially when it comes to ladies. I don't know they have seen it before, but I know guys have seen it before. So fish tapes are used to install new electrical wire in two walls two walls, and electrical conduct, conduct, while fishing poles assist in pulling down the wires in ceiling. So when you're talking about fishing poles, you're not talking about that fishing pole that you use for fishing. No, we're talking about this one, electrical fish poles. It's electrical fish poles. Assist in pulling down the wires in the ceiling, down the walls of under-faced floors. So engineers, we can relax about this use of these tools. I'll share a video that I have downloaded for you that you see how they use these fish poles and fish tails and other related electrical hand tools, so that you get familiar with these tools, because you need to know them and understand the use of them. I hope you still follow. The engineers, that was our last tool that today we were going to talk about on our first session. Please, please, please do study other tools, because you requested that I should not make a long video because you have shortage of data, of mobile data or WhatsApp checking. So engineers, please, 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 I'm begging you, do it for yourself. Please do a research and do a research about electrician tools, and make sure you do know them. Familiarize yourself as much as you can. Use this time to study and make your research. On our next session, we'll be talking about electrician tools needed, power tools and testers. We'll be talking about power tools and testers. Power tools can be cordless or coded, and these are powered by an electrical motors. I hope you know by now, and I believe by now you do understand what motors are, because on our last session, we did talk about electrical motors, an internal combustion combustion engine, direct burning of fuel and propellants. You know, it's hard to pronounce these English words, but then you keep on trying. Compressed air or even natural power source like wind or moving water. They are classified as stationary or portable. Portable being a handheld tools. As we know, the most used power tools are drills and saw. Did you remember, engineers, we did talk about drills and saw? So if you've forgotten about those, please do yourself a favor. Please do a recap or do those sessions again. Power tools are inclusive of power drills and saws. The type of saws used varies for different type of electrical work, and it's the same for power drills. So on our next session, we'll be talking more about power tools and testers, so that we'll be more discussing on how power drills and saw helps with cooling in some systems, short cable necessary for 12 volts connection, and the disadvantages of power drills and saws. We'll be talking about higher PCU temperatures in efficient and loud operation, system age faster. We'll be talking about more of those on our next session and on our next video that I'll be uploading at 6:30 or 6:00 p.m. So please, if you have any question, don't forget to ask any question. I'm here to assist you. Don't hesitate to ask any question. If you have a question, drop them on our group chat, or you can contact me directly on my inbox. I'll be there to assist you After I've done those questions, I'll cover them on our next session. For now, engineer C say an activity, please hide these activities. Please do hide these activities. You can pause the video so that you copy the question and write them down. Without wasting any time, thank you for joining today's class. Please hide your formatives. Take a picture once you are done and share it with me. Or please, if you can, please scan the document and send them to me. Stay blessed and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much.